I feel like we should have a 0 to 60 on this little tiny track. What do you reckon? A little 0 to 60. Yes, let's do it. Okay. Car into drive, manual mode, and let's go. Oof, 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 oof. I am back. Hey guys, today we're here and we're reviewing these. The ES350 and the GS350. Okay, so I've got these cars for the day. I've got the ES350, I've got the GS350. I've actually driven that GS350 for a few days and I'm absolutely in love with it. Now, this ES350 is a sports luxury, as is the GS350, but there was a $50,000 price difference when bought brand new. Now, we're gonna take them both for a drive. We're gonna compare the two, not only the features, but how they drive, because the ES350 is a front wheel drive, the GS350 is a rear wheel drive. And even though they got electric power steering, boy does it make a difference when you're driving the car. So from first glance, these look like really similar sedans. This is the ES350 with a V6 motor and the GS350 with the same V6 motor. This one here is tuned a little bit differently, getting a little bit more power. That one there has 204 kilowatts. This one here has 233. Now, as you can see, the ES350 looks like a more slender, sleek, subtle sedan, more of the gentleman's car. And the GS350 looks a little bit more serious. Actually, a lot more serious. Look at that front end. Today we're going to go through all the differences between the ES350 and the GS350. Mind you, they're the same year model, late 2014, early 2015. The reason why we're comparing these two side by side is not only because they're the same model, but after about 5 years, they actually are in the market for the same price, 40 grand. So if you got 40 grand, we're going to decide which one should you opt for if you're going to be spending that sort of money, and why would you do that. There's the ES there, and the GS. So both have daytime running lights, both have bi-xenon headlights, adaptive cruise control, front sensors, rear cameras, sunroofs. The GS has heads-up display, and then if you look at the interior, it's just absolutely magnificent. Okay, so now we are driving the ES350. And boy are they smooth. Just really comfortable cars. As is the GS350. Here's the thing, like, if you drive these cars normally, without putting your foot hard down, without going around the corners hard, they drive so similarly that you wouldn't even notice the unique differences initially. But then once you jump into the GS straight after driving the ES, you notice straight away, such as having more control and the cabin feels more integrated, and you do feel less road noise in the GS350, even though it's hard to believe because they have the bigger wheels, but it's just so much smoother on the road. I do like these though. Not as much as the GS350. I'm very biased on the GS350. Oh. Okay, so we just put our foot hard down. I'm not sure if you guys heard that, but the car was losing traction. Like, being a front wheel drive, that's all what you'd expect to happen. And because it's got so much power at the front wheels, it just cannot get traction, especially when you're going around the corner and you plunge your foot hard down. It just feels like the steering wheel wants to go left and right, and doesn't know where to go. The electric power steering does help it, but yeah, it's not a feeling that you want. You know, if you have a nice big motor, you want to feel comfortable putting your foot hard down. Oh, look at that, look at that. So if we go into the nitty gritty, the ES is actually a longer car than the GS. It doesn't have as much power as the GS. It's got leather seats, which are heated and cooled, so it's got air conditioning vents coming through the seats, which works incredibly well, especially during summer, especially up here in Queensland. It's got satellite navigation, it's got a wood grain steering wheel, adaptive cruise control. So what that means is it's got cruise control, but what it does is it actually follows the person in front of you. So if they slow down, you slow down, they accelerate, you accelerate until your speed limit. Now the only thing with that is, in these models, there's only about 40 kilometers per hour, 40 to 50 kilometers per hour. After that, you got to take control. So if you're going anything less than that, you need to take control of the car. It's got the Mark Levinson sound system, which is absolutely incredible. The sound system, the clarity of it, yeah, the clarity of it, the range of sounds that you can hear is just incredible, absolutely incredible. Also has the sunroof, of course. It's got dual zone climate control. It's got the different driving modes, eco, normal and sport. Unlike the GS, it doesn't have the adaptive dampers. Automatic headlights, automatic wipers, these are all things which you would expect nowadays. It's got the blind spot monitors as well, so it tells you in your mirrors if someone's in your blind spot, which is actually a really good thing to have on a big car like this, especially because, you know, you can see out of your blind spot, but great safety feature to just have. Seat memory on both sides, air conditioning controls from the back, rear seat heaters as well. It's actually got a lot of options, this car. It's a good cruiser, this car. Now if you compare like for like, this is the sports luxury and so is the GS, and it's got a lot of features, this ES, but the GS has a lot more, and we're going to go into them now. Okay, so now we're in the GS, and look, either I'm really picky, but straight away you can just tell the difference between this and the ES. It's just a lot quieter on the road. The engine noise, the cabin noise is a lot better insulated. You can feel less of the road, and oh, I just love this car. But anyways, back to the features. What does the GS have over the ES? The biggest thing that you can notice, other than how the car drives and feels, is the seat adjustability. So it's got 18-way power seats. So what that means is it has support for your lower lumbar, for your middle lumbar, your backrest here, just the top of it can go backwards and forwards. It's got leg extenders, got knee support. It has 18-way power seats, which is incredible. It's got electric safety handbrake, so the handbrake is all electronic. It turns off when you put the car into drive, it turns on when you put the car into park. It's got the heads-up display, which you can see here. It's got the bigger screen, so you can actually do picture-in-picture. You can do navigation on one side, audio on the other side, or telephone on the other side. It also has the same features as the blind spot monitor. The adaptive cruise control is the same. Now, the engine is the same 3.5 litre V6, but it's tuned differently. So you get a lot more power out of the GS. So you get 29 extra kilowatts, which is about almost closing to 50 horsepower. And the fact that it's a rear wheel drive makes a world of difference. You just feel more grounded on the road, and especially when you put your foot hard down. I can't do it here, I'll come around the corner, I'll put my foot hard down. It just feels like the car's better balanced, like the car knows where it's wanting to go and it's going to take you there. Unlike the ES, which is first of all jumping, trying to gain traction with all that instant power that it has, it just feels so much nicer to drive. And also, we cannot forget, it has the 3 different driving modes, eco, normal and sports, but it's also got the sports plus. So the sports plus actually stiffens the dampers, so when you're going around the corner there's less roll in the car. I'm trying to do a sway test. I'm going to go left and right and you guys will see the roll in the car, and then what I'll do is I'll put it into sports plus mode, and then you guys can watch the video and you'll see it's more stabilized. It's not going so far out to the left and right. There's some nice colours. Oh, it's just instant. The power. Oh. I love this car. I love this car. Okay, anyways, let's do a sway test. So now it's a normal mode. We'll wait for this car to drive past. Okay, I'll slow down. We'll go 50 and I'll go left and right. Okay, so you probably see that. Then I'll put it to Sports Plus, going the same speed. It just hugs the road so much nicer. And all these features is what makes the difference between this and the ES. And quite frankly, if you had the money brand new, the GS was definitely the way to go. And especially now that after 5 years time, they're both the same price. For me, it just seems like a no-brainer. You'll just get the GS over the ES. But like I said, you might not need the features. You might not want all the features the GS has. And you might prefer the ES's styling and its simplicity. And you'll still go for the ES. Obviously, the ES holds its value a little bit better. It's just such a nice car. Oh. Oh. And now being in sports mode. Oh. Oh. What a fucking nice car. I really could drive this car as a daily. I really could. It's just such a nice car. You know, the only, okay, let's talk about the negatives of the cars. The ES, I absolutely dislike the front wheel drive system. It works great except when you put your foot hard down and then it's just all over the shop. The ES lacks a few of the features which you'd expect from a top-end luxury car. But obviously all those features you get in the GS, so there had to be some distinction between the GS and the ES. I love the big bulky look of the GS, not a big fan of the slender look of the ES. The only other thing which I probably would say is that maybe the GS is a bit too bulky, it's a bit too big, and sometimes it just feels like it's sort of like a boat on the road. But here's the thing, it's just so nice to drive. It's just so nice to drive. I don't know why, I don't know. Out of all the cars, this is the one I would have. Okay, and we are back. And that is a wrap. That's the ES versus the GS all done. Tell me which one you reckon was better, why you reckon it's better. For me, the clear winner was the GS. Not only did it have more features and more luxuries inside, but it just felt so much nicer on the road. Obviously a lot more refined. That's where the price difference was, brand new. Obviously now on the used car market, they're literally the same price, both 40 grand on the market. So tell me your guys' thoughts, tell me what car you would like me to review next. Happy to review something against the Lexus. And yeah, hope you guys liked, subscribed, and until next time guys, thanks so much for watching. Guys, look what I just found on the GS. Like, you can push these in and it sort of like hugs your head. Okay, let's lock that car.